Aloha, Richard Halverson here. This is ITS388J. And today I'm going to talk about, I'm going to start covering chapter 7. Let me share my screen. All right, so I'm just going to go through the sections so we can get through the challenge activities. And so the first challenge activity in chapter 7 is in section 7.3. So let me just really quick make sure that you should go through the sections before that first. And here we just are introduced to the concept of a class and an object. And if you took Python using this textbook, you may recall this from, I think, chapter 9, maybe. Same diagrams and pictures. In fact, this is the same. You know, a class is like a blueprint, and then you can create objects from the class, and then you name the objects and so on. And that's what they're talking about here. In Python, I mean, in Java, they make a they make a big deal about private classes, private members, and public members of a class. A class can have just regular old variables that store values, or a class can have methods. And with Java, there's public ones and private ones, so that's important to understand. And so that's what they talk about here, and this talks about using classes. If it's the same in Python, you declare an instance of it. So anyway, section 7.3 has some challenges at the end. That's here we talk about defining a class. Here talks about private fields and public member methods, and users of a class can only access public stuff, whereas internally, any method internally can access any private data item or method. All right, so let's do these challenges here. 7.3.1. Note that the program below consists of multiple source files. Okay, so this is the user program, and then here's the class. So let's take a look at the class, make sure we understand what's going on with the class here. Okay, so we can create instances of persons, and the only thing it's stored is the first name. This is how you set the first name, and this is how you get back out the first name. So that's what the person class looks like. Okay, so here we're gonna we just declare a string variable called username. We declare a person object called person1. We set username equal to Sam, and then we set this variable equal to Sam. We set this first name of person1 to Sam, and then we're going to print this out, and that's what we get here. Okay, great. So let's do this real quick. It's the same thing. He is space Ron, and it's just a print, isn't it? It's not print line. Make sure this is the same. Yes, it's the same. Okay, so let's see if this is right. Yes, it is. Okay, very good. What's next? Let's take a look at this one. This is we've got a first name and a last name. Well, let's get person Java. Oh, person first name and a last name. You set the first name, you set the last name, and you output the full name. In parentheses. You output the full name in parentheses. Okay. So it's going to be first name, last name. He is Joe Stark, I think. That's what I think. Oh, look. Last name, first name. Well, let's try it again. I want to get this right. Okay, first name, last name. Oh, now it just prints out first name dash last name. Really? Okay. He is Max Stark. Get the feeling like it's an easier one. All right. What's the third one? So it looks like we're gonna take person one's first name, and that's set here. Oh, I see. Do we change we change person one? Person one's first name. Let's see what person one looks like. Person is okay, so it's like it's person without the last name, just like the first challenge here. So the first thing it's gonna say is you are not space Joe, print line, you are Max. I think this is right. All right. What's the last one? You are person one, full name. I am person two, full name. And person is the parentheses last name, comma first name. So it's you are our last name, comma first name. What's the first one? Person one is another first name, which is Max, Brett Banner, comma Max. And then the second one is I am. Person two is a first name, Wayne and print line. Last name, comma, space, first name, parentheses, set last name, set first name. You are person one, which is person one, which is this one, another first name, Max Banner. Okay, let's see if this is right. Yeah, okay. All right, what's the next one? Use, no, basic class use. Okay, print person one's kids. Call the ink num kids method and then print again, outputting text as below and each line with a new line. Okay, so so the first thing is it's going to do is it's going to so this is a class. This is the person info class, and we can set the number of kids. We can increment the number of kids, and we can get back out the number of kids. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create an instance of a kid. No, I'm going to create an instance of a person who has some kids, and it's going to have this many kids. And then what we're supposed to do is print out kids, colon, space, and then what was entered in, and that'd be this. And then after that, we're supposed to print new baby, comma, kids now is 4 because we incremented it by 1. We incremented it by 1. No, yeah, because we did this. All right, so the solution would be, first we're going to print out system out print line kids, colon, space, quote, plus, and I guess we can just use person's kid, because that's what was input. But anyway, here we have set person kid. We've set the number of kids that person one has to person's kid, and then we're going to increment it. So we got to go person one dot inc kids. Whatever it is, let's check. Oh, inc num kids, inc num kids, just like that. And then we're gonna print out something different. We're gonna print out new baby kids now. New baby kids now. And this is gonna be person one get, what is it? Oh, it's right up here. Get num kids. Get num kids. I could actually be fancy and put this here. All right, so let's see if this works. Well, that's nice. All right, so what's this one? So in this one, we're supposed to define the missing method. That would be a method right here called create license num. See, license num is created as, we take the customer ID and we multiply it by 100,000. That basically just puts 5 zeros to the right of it. And then we add the license here, and so that's just going to be only 4 digits. So we add that onto those zeros, and we end up with what's the license here? Oh, 2014. What? The sample output of the the inputs. Okay, sorry. Yeah. The license, first we input the license year, and then we input the custom ID. And okay, right. And the custom ID is a 777. That's a 777. Okay, so we take the 777. Yes, that's right. And we multiply it by 100,000, and that's going to put 4 zeros. I don't understand. Oh yeah, 4 zeros to the right of it, and so okay, so 4 zeros to the right of it, and then we add the 2014 onto that, and that's what that is. So this is the license year, and this is the custom ID, but it's multiplied by 100,000, so it pushes this over 5 places, so we can add that. Okay, so we're just supposed to so we read in the year, and then we read in the 777, and then we call set year, and so that's going to set dog one's year to 2014, and then we call this create license num method, and that's the missing method. So that's right here, create license num. Okay, so I'm going to do, it's a public method. We want the users of this class or this object to be able to access this method, obviously, and it's not going to return anything at all, so it can just sit there all by itself. So that's what the void is, and it's the name of this create license num. right? Or does it return something? No, it doesn't return anything. It just writes into this variable. Okay, so that's what it does. It takes this plus the customer number, and so that's going to be an integer, and I'm going to call it customer number. And then I'm going to take, say, license num is equal to this. However, I want this to be called customer ID instead. So it comes in custom ID. I gotta put a semicolon, and I gotta end the method. All right, so what's gonna happen is this is red. The user ID, that's gonna be this thing. That's this thing. And so that's gonna be, it's gonna come in here as that and multiplies it by that does. Okay, so let's just see what this works. All right, very good. Well, I'm going to end this video right here and keep it short, and I'll make start the next one right away. Thanks for watching.